Alright, I've been wanting to film this for a little while. Let's see if I can show Chancey's beak on the end. Chancey, let me show him your beak here. It's a little overgrown, not too much, a little overgrown. So what I do with that is I use files, fingernail files. These are all different levels of grit. Some are more coarse than others. Of course, the last one that I use is just a polishing file, very, very soft. So I start with, I'm not going to use really heavy ones like this, it's too heavy. This is a little bit in between, not too hard, not too soft. And so what I do is, of course, I have to hold my little baby here. Come on, Chancey. She doesn't like this, of course. It's never going to be something that a pigeon likes. But I'll go very gently. See if I can find this. Chancey. Chancey. Very gently. In the direction, not against. I'm not going to go against the direction of the beak. I'm going to go in the direction of the beak. It's generally better to wrap her in a towel. And I may do that right now. So I'm going to pause this for a moment. See. Alright, so she's wrapped now. She'll be a little bit easier to handle. Harder to handle. She was hard enough at first. So, let me flip this camera a little bit. I'm using my cell phone here, propping it up on some books. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully you can get an idea of what I'm doing here. I'm going to use the coarser side. There are two different levels of coarseness on each side. And I'm going to go with, let's see if I can do this. Chancey, come on. Chancey, it's okay. With the direction of the beak on each side and in the front as well. But don't go really hard, just go very gentle, you know. I mean, it's pretty uncomfortable for her anyway, so you don't want to do anything too hard. Very gentle. I wish I had a better angle of this. I should be doing this with somebody else so they could shoot this directly, but this is what I'm doing right now. And make sure you're not restricting the breathing of the bird, because of course right here, right where I'm touching, that's the nasal passages. So if you actually clamp down on that with your fingers, don't go more than a second or two, and release the beak and let her breathe. Or make sure she can open her mouth to breathe. So let's take a look at that. It still needs a little more to go. I may use one that's a little more coarse than this, actually, just to speed this thing up. If he doesn't like it, and it's always better to get it done as quickly as possible for her, without injuring or cracking the beak or anything like that. So, come on, Chancey. Yeah, it's not one of her favorite procedures here. We're almost done, Chancey, okay? We're almost done. There we go. That's actually almost a better way to do it. What I was doing there is I'll prop one side and go against it. And then prop the other side and go against it. That way, at least she has her nasal passages open. Yeah. I think she understands what I'm doing. So now this actually reduced it fairly quickly, and I'm going to use the soft one. Which side? Okay, we have basically 1, 2, and 3. I think I'm going to use 3. No, I'm going to use 1. 3 is too soft. So, come here, Chancey. I know. So we'll just make sure that there are no burrs on the beak. Just soften it up. And I also use this one because it is very soft. to use the rest of the beak, to just polish up the rest of the beak, because beaks, of course, do flake. And so it just smooths it out for her. I'm sure this isn't very comfortable because beaks are very have high sensitivity, a lot of nervous tissue. So there we are, just polishing it up, and then of course right here where I reduced the beak. Not the best light in here either. Alright. So that's that. And I can let Chancey out of her little towel with her fully reduced beak. You can see that it's just been reduced and smoothed out just a little bit. It was probably about maybe half a millimeter that was overgrown, maybe up to a millimeter, I don't know. So she's good to go now. Ready, Chancey? All right, that's it.